Hi, everyone. Welcome back and happy Wednesday. All right, guys. Well, we are back to talk about Jax Taylor's admission to the pasta, which I'm going to say, guys, this was not, I know we are not treating this as if this was like some big moment that we didn't see coming. Like, we knew. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just knew. I mean, working around Jax for a long time, watching his crazy, angry outspurts where he would be like, "What's wrong with you?" And it's like, and the eyes get like real crazy, and it's like, I don't know. These are all telltale signs of that. Now, do I think that, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day and they said, well, he has mental health issues. Okay. I think a lot of us have mental health issues and I think that we deal with them differently. And he has real issues. Sure. At the point that you start, one, when you treat people like shit, but then two, you are doing this narcotic of a substance and then continuing to treat people like shit and then just owning it and saying, well, at least like I tell you, I'm the villain, and you're still getting rewarded for it. No, do I feel bad for him? No, I don't. Not at all. Let's just get into this. Jesus Christ. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Jax Taylor is going public with his addiction to, well, the pasta and the alcohol. During an interview with Bravo producer Alex Baskin, the Vanderpump Rules alum turned star of the Valley admitted to being an addict as he spoke of his 2 recent rehab stays and opened up about his estranged wife, Brittany Cartwright. Especially how she triggered an outburst in front of their 3-year-old son, Cruz, and confirmed he's nearly 90 days sober. He said, it's just a sickness. It's a disease, and it's something that I have to work on for the rest of my life, unfortunately. But according to Jax, he's been working really, really hard on his sobriety. However, when it comes to his current streak of what he claimed was 82 or 83 days at the time of the interview, that began after his second visit to a rehabilitation center. It didn't happen the first time. Although Jax did clarify that he got a lot from his first day in treatment, he went on to reveal that he returned after an incident involving Britney. He said, Brittany and I were actually on our way to a doctor's appointment for our son, and her phone was connected to my car, and a man's name came up, and it just triggered me. I'm wondering if that would be the Julian Sensley situation. But according to Jax, he had a brief relapse and took a substance the night before, which likely led to the outburst. But he said, I lost it. I went crazy in the car, yelling. And the worst part about all of this, and this is why I checked myself in, is that my son was in the back seat. And that's when I knew, I'm like, shit, I have a problem. It's still there. But looking back on the reaction, Jack said that he became very aware and felt disgust that Cruz saw what went down between him and Brittany. He immediately agreed with Brittany's demand that he return to rehab. And he said, the first time I kind of put up a little bit of a fight. This one I was like, you're right. I didn't put up a fight. I'm like, I gotta go back. Now, still after returning to treatment during the holidays, describing the ordeal as a very, very dark time, Jax decided against completing his program, saying, I didn't stay the full time. I ended up staying 17 days. I felt like for me, that was enough. I was like, you know what? Another 14 days is not going to do anything. And I know that I'm good. I'm okay. And I needed to be back and be okay for a second. But he went on to say that going back to rehab was a wake-up call about why he went the first time, and that allowed him to regroup and get back out there. Feeling he was done by day 17. I made a mistake, and I felt the right decision for me at the time was to leave right then. And I was there on my own, and I wasn't forced to be there, but I felt myself that I was ready to go. Well, I mean, let's just listen to this come from his own mouth, shall we? Here we go.
Come out and kind of talk about the struggles that I've been going through for a very, very long time. And I kind of wanted everyone to know, this is what happened. I'm kind of coming, this is tough to say. So I am coming out that I'm an addict. I have substance issues, primarily with cocaine. Ooh, that's hard to say out loud. Yeah, I've been dealing with this for, I think the last, on and off since I was 23. So I'm 45. So give or take, I've been, there's times where I would stop doing it, but then there was times where I'd go heavy on it. I think a lot of people who watched the Vanderpump Rules over the years could kind of tell that I was on something. Obviously production and people, they didn't know what I was doing. Everything I was doing is on my own, but I was just, on that train and I couldn't get off. And then people ask, do you have an alcohol problem too? I don't necessarily think I have an alcohol problem, but the two go hand in hand. So I can't do cocaine without drinking. So I just gave up both. And I'm proud to say I'm 82, 83 days sober right now, which is the longest I've ever gone in my life without either. So, well, not my life without either. I'm sorry. This is the longest I've gone since I was, or just going this long without anything. And I got to say, it feels really, really good. But, and I kind of wanted to come out and kind of talk about.
I mean, the fact that he does want to be sober, I will give it to him in that regard. Like, I think for him, admitting that there's an issue, knowing that he has this amazing little son at home, and acknowledging that, I'm not going to sit there and beat the guy up for acknowledging that there is an issue. Like, we all have issues. I think it's more shocking to me that he thought that people would be shocked by his issues, I guess. But of course, Brittany Cartwright has also entered into the chat. Yeah. I'm trying to see what the best way for me to bring this up is. You know what? Let me just bring up the clip. I think that would probably be the best. Yep. Okay. Here goes. This is the clip. She said, his addiction, unfortunately, has done irreparable damage to my son and I. I've spent years trying to help him, and I wish more than anyone I could say how proud I am of him today, but I'd be lying. His actions will speak for themselves. And to those asking why I stayed if I knew he had a problem all these years, you can't help who you fall in love with. I've done absolutely everything in my power to get him the help that he desperately needed. Unfortunately, I was naive and believed his empty promises and his pleads to change for years. And once you have a child with someone, it's not easy to leave. It took everything in my power to gather the strength to walk away. And for those that have been through similar, you get it. For those that question me, that's okay. I'm in a much better place. Okay. Well, I think that they'll never get back together, you guys. It's not going to happen. She has her house. She's not getting back with him. He's going to have to figure out his sobriety issues. He's going to be on top of the world right now, and he's going to fall flat back on his ass at some other point. And then he's going to pick himself back up again, because that's usually what happens when people deal with addiction and sobriety issues. Yeah, you build yourself up, something happens, you kind of fall back down, you got to retrain yourself again. It's just an uphill battle for the rest of your life, and I don't wish that for him. I'm just saying I feel like a lot of this too is PR, but I want to hear what you guys think. Guys, pop off in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to just hit that notification bell and let us know what you think. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time.